Have you ever had a neighbor so loud that it felt like your walls were breathing with the bass? The kind of person who looks you straight in the eye and says, "I live here too," as if that gives them the right to ruin your peace? I had that neighbor. And when talking didn't work, I found a way to make him listen, literally. If you've ever wanted to serve karma to someone who thought your comfort didn't matter, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this is one of those stories where petty revenge turns into poetic justice. Let me take you back a few years. I was living in this modest little apartment complex, one of those cookie-cutter buildings where every hallway smells faintly like laundry detergent and disappointment. I was on the first floor, the ground floor to be clear. Nobody below me, just solid hardwood floors and the occasional cockroach cameo. I had a steady job, early mornings, long commutes. You know the drill. I wasn't asking for much. Just 8 hours of quiet sleep before dragging myself out of bed at 5 a.m. But upstairs lived him. My neighbor. Let's call him Ethan. Ethan was the human embodiment of a subwoofer. Every night, like clockwork, around 10 p.m., his apartment transformed into a full-blown nightclub. The ceiling would vibrate, the bass would throb, and the beat would never, ever. It was like my bedroom had front-row seats to a concert I never bought tickets for. At first I told myself to let it go. People have their routines. Maybe it was just a weekend thing. But no. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every single night. The walls shook, my pillow vibrated, and my dreams were replaced with a muffled hum of bad EDM remixes. By Thursday, my eye twitched every time I heard a beat drop. I tried to be civil. One evening, I marched upstairs and knocked on his door. He opened it, shirtless, beer in hand, smirk on his face. Behind him, the apartment was glowing red from LED strips, the kind of setup that screamed, "I peaked in high school." "Hey man," I started, trying to keep my tone friendly. "Sorry to bug you, but the music's a little loud at night. I've got work really early," and he didn't even let me finish. He shrugged, leaned against the doorframe and said, "No man. I live here too. I can play my music if I want." That sentence, that smug, dismissive tone, it hit harder than the bass upstairs. Blink. "Okay, sure. But maybe just turn it down a bit." He smiled that smile and said, "Nah. You'll get used to it." Then he closed the door in my face. I stood there for a good 10 seconds, staring at the wood grain of his door, fighting the urge to rip out his speakers myself. Instead, I went back downstairs, tried earplugs, noise-canceling headphones, white noise apps, you name it. Nothing worked. The bass went through everything. By the third week, I was a zombie. My coworkers started commenting on the bags under my eyes. My morning coffee felt like a lifeline. But the breaking point came one Friday night. It was 1:37 a.m. I had an important meeting the next morning. And upstairs, Ethan was hosting a party. The laughter, the shouting, the music. It was chaos. I could hear furniture moving. The kind of stomping that makes you wonder if they're rehearsing for a wrestling match. Something inside me just snapped. You know that feeling? When you've been ignored, disrespected, pushed past your limit, and suddenly you stop feeling helpless. That's when the idea hit me. If he could make noise at his preferred time, I could make noise at mine. The next morning my alarm went off at 5 a.m. sharp. My head was pounding, but I was wide awake, fueled entirely by spite. I got up, looked at the hardwood floor beneath me and smiled. The universe had given me a tool. As I got ready for work, I made sure to accidentally drop things. My phone charger, my hairbrush, a metal water bottle. Each one hit the floor with a sharp clack that I knew would echo right up into Ethan's precious ceiling. And if a drop didn't sound loud enough, throw it. I'd mutter to myself, "Oops. Guess I'm just so tired from not sleeping." Then, as I left for work, I gave my front door a finale slam that could have woken the entire complex. The door rattled. My anger hummed. But it felt good. The next day, same routine. The day after that. Oh, I got creative. I started setting my alarm a little earlier. 4:45 a.m. Just enough time for a short, accidental morning percussion session. Dropped a few books. Tapped my broom handle against the ceiling. Made sure every accident was perfectly timed for maximum annoyance. By day 3, I was practically whistling as I walked out the door. Because that night, the music was quieter. On the 4th morning there was a knock at my door. I opened it, and there stood Ethan. Hair messy, eyes bloodshot. He looked like I had for the past month. He rubbed the back of his neck and said, "Hey man. You've been kinda loud in the mornings. Dropping stuff, slamming the door. Everything okay?" I looked at him, feigning exhaustion. "Oh yeah. Sorry about that," I said. "I've just been getting terrible sleep lately. All that noise at night keeps me up. I guess I've been so tired I just keep dropping things." He blinked. The realization hit him slowly, like dawn breaking over his hungover brain. He stammered, "Oh, yeah, get it. I'll keep it down." I smiled, polite, calm, utterly satisfied. "Appreciate it." He nodded and trudged back upstairs. That night, silence. Beautiful, peaceful silence. For the first time in weeks, I slept like a baby. You know, it's funny. Some people only understand empathy when they experience the same discomfort they cause others. I didn't yell. I didn't start a fight. I just mirrored his energy, in the most inconvenient way possible. And in the end, all it took was a few accidental drops to teach him what respect sounds like. If that story gave you a little petty satisfaction, smash that like button. You've earned it. And tell me in the comments, what's the most annoying neighbor experience you've ever had? Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life revenge stories that prove sometimes karma just needs a little help waking up in the morning.